All right, so in this video, we're going to go ahead and talk about how to pull the compliance task metrics. What we're going to do is we're going to go into Dash. Most of our reports come from this reporting side right here, but this report actually comes from the compliance manager directly. So we'll go ahead and go in here. We're going to want to select all tasks. And what that will do is it'll give us every single task in Dash. Which is about 95,000 tasks. So this is a monster report, and then we'll go ahead and send that to Excel. In order to do that, you click right here. I have already downloaded it, so it is coming up. All right, it's this report right here. So before we cut and paste this report over to our template, we're going to want to do a couple things just to keep the data tight. So we're going to click Enable Editing. And this is a monster report, so it does take quite a bit to process some of this data. So if your computer's kind of slowing down and lagging, you'll know why. So we're going to delete this empty cell right here. We're going to delete that empty row, and then we're going to go ahead and delete this empty column. Once we've done that, we'll go ahead and click. You're going to want to not select the headers, but everything below the headers. So we're going to click on A2, and then we'll scroll all the way to the bottom of the data set. All the way over. And then it's the P column right here that we'll want to select. So we'll hold Shift and click right here, and that'll select our entire data set. I know it doesn't look like there's anything in that P column, but there's actually a notes section there where technicians can, if they deny the compliance task, they can put in why they did it. So there is just a little bit of data there. We're going to go ahead and hit copy to grab that data section. And then we're going to open up our template. We're going to go to data. I'll scroll up to the top. And we're going to go ahead and just paste that data set in. Now, like I said, it'll take a little bit of time because it is just a huge chunk of data. Okay, so that data set is now in. Now, like some of the other reports that I have, there is a number of auto-calculating items that come in here. And so what we're going to want to do is get those set up. I do not know why this one isn't working. Okay, hang on one second. Okay, sorry. I just realized that that is working just fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click the today. So this would be Q2. We're going to scroll down to the bottom and hold Shift and click the other side of this U column. So we can select all that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fill it all down. So then that way all those formulas will carry through. There we go. And then if for some reason your screen's like mine where you can't see the grid lines, you can always just toggle them back on like this. So I'm going to go to U. So if I hold Shift and click, it'll select everything between those two. And then I'll go Home, Fill, Down. And what that'll do is it will fill down all of the data and formulas. So then that way it'll calculate all of this super fun stuff we have here. All right. Once the super fun stuff is calculated, actually I just saw something weird. Nope. Okay, we're all good. Once all the super fun stuff is calculated, then we can go in and, like all of our other reports, we can go ahead and right click and refresh pivot tables. And that'll give us new information. A number of these tabs have these, what are they called? They are called, these are timelines where you can go in and actually physically select the dates. So what you're going to want to do is change the date ranges for the week that you're running the reports. This just happens to be the week that we're looking at. So I actually think it is the 22nd through the 28th, which is what we have selected, the month, September, and then the quarter. Just make sure that those are selected correctly. And if we go through here, this one doesn't have a selector. This should just auto-populate once you refresh. Refresh. Here we go. And then these ones, same thing. You're going to want to make sure you select the correct dates and refresh the pivot tables. And here we go. All right. And then you're going to file, save, and send it out. The only other thing that you may run into an issue is if we have some new people that are getting added. So what this is this is just a roster of people and then the division that they're in. That feeds this column in our spreadsheet. And so if we were to scroll down past all these NAs, you'll see, like right here, this line in particular. If we scroll over and see what the compliance task is, it says customer follow-up after starting EMS. We can see that it is assigned to Anna. And then what that table does is it says that Anna is a member of the Oahu coordinators section. So if we start adding new people and they are getting new compliance tasks, we will need to add them to the roster here. And the way that you would do that is you would simply right-click anywhere in here, try and keep them in alphabetical order, insert, put the person's name. I always recommend coming over and copying and pasting their name verbatim. So then that way there's no spelling issues, and then putting in the division right here. All right. And that is how you do the compliance metrics.